And it's actually these exact heels it happened in, so wish me luck. I know! That's why I don't tell you guys anything. Hello Mzansi and welcome to your Tuesday edition of Afternoon Express. I'm Palisa Dembe and today we've got all things parenting with Ntando Duma. We've also got a motivational chat with international curve model Marcia Hopkins, and we catch up with the incredible PJ Powers. Now before we get into it, it is a dark and sad day for many across the world. We see a sea of black on our timelines with the hashtag Blackout Tuesday. Now Afternoon Express stands with those protesting the injustices being inflicted on black lives. Our hearts break for those who are still trying to make sense of the senseless losses of the lives of their loved ones. We all need to unite in love and education towards peace. One thing that does help me feel better though and turn this frown upside down is all things kitchen. And we've got our incredible chef standing by with a beautiful meal for us for today. So let's head over to the kitchen to see how we're going to turn this Blackout Tuesday into a bright light of hope.
Yes, Bali, today we want to make sure that we bring some joy to everyone's heart, and we know that the way to a man's heart is through the stomach. So we're going to do that today with some delicious flapjacks.
Yes, and I come in with the color red with a beautiful tomato sauce that I want to serve with your mac and cheese to brighten people's lives today.
Awesome stuff.
Today we chat to PJ Powers about her collaboration with Tygerberg Children's Choir to recreate her Rugby World Cup hit song, World in Union. The video pays homage to essential workers' global efforts against COVID-19. It also honors citizens' disciplined isolation efforts and adherence to lockdown regulations during these challenging times. It is a video tribute to COVID-19 essential workers and public efforts worldwide. What a beautiful video. PJ, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. It's wonderful to be here on Afternoon Express.
In your long career of being an artist, working in this virtual manner was a first for you. Incorporating a choir on such a large scale, what was it like?
Terrifying. To jump into the deep end with streaming, to do it within a choir. I'm not quite sure what was in my mind when I said yes, but I'm really thrilled when I see the results that I did do it. It's been an amazing experience, and to have my first virtual experience be with children that have added such a fresh, wonderful, and new texture to this very, very well-known anthemic song has been, it's a joy. It's an absolute joy. Their little faces are all staring into their cameras intensely in their homes, and their parents who took the time and trouble to help them with this, and Jana Hatting, who is from the state Oosterfees, which is the reason that this came about. I'm very grateful. It's been a fantastic experience.
Now, why was this so important for you to be a part of this project, and how did it come about?
It came about because I was booked to do Die State Oosterfees, which is one of the mother city's biggest festivals. Basically what happened was because of the COVID, it was postponed. And instead of, Jana Hatting just decided that instead of everybody being let down, children, myself, the band, we'd get together and do this virtually. And I think it's worked magnificently.
You've been in lockdown with the rest of us. What has the experience been like, and how would you approach each day?
I think to try and surrender to what is happening, because if we try to resist it, one can go mad. But I've had, like I'm sure everybody else, have had ups and downs and roundabouts and moments when you think, why is this happening? And then moments, a lot of moments when of just reflection of This is just a dreadful thing that is happening. But most of all, we will come through this. There is an end to this. And we're not sure when, how, but it will end. And we will all survive this. We are very resilient as South Africans. Over the years, I've seen us bounce back from the most crazy situations. And we will do it again.
Now, amidst all this craziness, you have two extremely reliable friends that have been keeping you company during the lockdown. So tell us about them and what has their experience of lockdown been like?
They're loving lockdown because they've got their owners and their masters and when I say all dogs, I mean those fortunate enough to have homes. I think they're loving it. I think they're getting all the attention that they don't normally get. I mean, we're all at home. So it's one big happy family. I think they're the one species that isn't being affected. Globally, they've got their masters with them and their mothers and fathers with them all the time. It's fabulous for them.
You're also an artist, and due to COVID-19, you know firsthand how this has negatively impacted on the entertainment world for you and your fellow artists. So what message do you have for your fellow artists out there?
It's devastating what is happening to us. We're not going to be able to use our passion, what keeps us sane, aside from the financial implications. It's our lifeblood, you know. And my only message, and I repeat this in some interviews that I've done, is hold on, hold on, hold on. And just when you thought that you couldn't hold on anymore, hold on.
So what would you say is one of the things that you've discovered about yourself during lockdown that you've never known before?
I discovered that I have a lot more patience than I thought I had. I thought I was the most impatient person on the planet, but as it turns out, I've got quite a lot of patience. I've learned that I can be on my own. I've learned that I can survive on so much less. I've learned that I can not have to retail my way through life. So much has been taken away from us, but I personally have found the time to be able to contact and make contact with other people, which has been a revelation for me.
I love the fact that you've been able to dig deep and look within to be able to come out of this stronger at the end of it. Although it is an unforeseeable future, we know we're all in this together. Thank you so much, Ms. Powers.
I just wanted to quickly, there's a very special little girl out there called Taylor, and it's her birthday today. And I just want to say, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Taylor. Happy birthday.
Hey, happy birthday, Taylor. We wish you all the love and happiness. Even though you're celebrating your birthday under lockdown, we send you all the birthday shout-outs. Thank you so much for the love.
Thank you, and thank you everyone at Afternoon Espresso. Mwah.
That is the legendary Miss PJ Powers, who's collaborated with the Tygerberg Children's Choir on the recreation of a hit rugby anthem that's now become a global phenomenon that's going to keep us strong together during COVID-19.
Next time on Tropical Island of Treasure Curacao, the final two teams race to claim the grand prize of 1 million rand.
The massive gap that Team Cool Red had amassed has been broken down. Decision?
We are here and we're coming for it.
Still anyone's game.
I'm starting to panic.
My brain is fried.
How badly do you want this?
Plus, all the contestants look back at the adventure of a lifetime. That's tonight at 7:30 only on SABC3. The stage is yours.
It's difficult to believe that Ntando Duma's daughter, Smahle, is only 2 years old. With her impressive language skills and overall grasp of concepts, schools may have reopened this week for many, but a lot of parents have opted to continue with homeschooling. So we decided we're going to catch up with our favorite mother-daughter duo, Ntando Duma and Smahle Mzizi, to find out how they've been doing. But first, Smahle has a message for us.
Good morning! Morning, Angel! How are you? Good, mommy. Today we've got word of the day, Angiti?
Yes, mommy.
What is the word of the day? What's the word of the day? What is the word of the day?
Wash your hands.
Wash your hands, because if you don't wash your hands, you'll get what? Coronavirus. Guys, nizwele, bati, wash your hands. Thank you so much for watching. Let's time for us to say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. Leadership. No. Let's do it again.
Oh, my conks. What a cutie pie. Welcome, Dando.
Hello, everybody. Are you guys well?
We are well. Literally, Smahle has brightened up my day. I love her. How have you guys been doing during lockdown?
Oh my goodness. I think we've kind of gotten used to it. We've complained. We got tired of complaining. We are just honestly finding daily routines to do every single day. But I mean, we're okay. We are very much okay. How can you not be okay with a little one like her around the house? How?
She is a ray of sunshine, I tell you. Now, a lot of people have gone back to schools and there's some controversy in the currently Mzansi. What tips would you give to other mothers who are struggling to adjust with the added pressure of this time?
Okay, so for me, I think it's just the most fortunate part is I've always, taught Usbahle endlini ngimfundisa yonke into before she even got to start school. So we do home workouts in the morning, and then because Shame, she's going to be the one reminding me, Mom, it's time to read. I'm like, okay, cool, no problem. Get the books, we read, because she is so into it, like 100%.
I hope the other little ones in South Africa are listening. Nizwilek, love the books, love to learn.
No pressure.
But no pressure, exactly. That's important. Thank you for that. Thanks for reminding me. No pressure. Do it at your own pace. Now, when you guys are not learning or teaching and in that mode, what else do you guys get up to? I know sushilo niyajima, niyapeka, nenzani.
Number one, I did not know how to bake, and I only started knowing how to bake or learning how to bake now during this lockdown. So she also enjoys all of that, so we do a lot of baking together. We also, when we've got a chance, we actually do sleep. I make sure that I sleep whenever she's sleeping, because once she's up, it's game over. Yeah. So
it's all the way up.
Yeah, we do a lot of working out. We do a lot of reading and YouTube and also educational fun games on the iPad. She's a technological girl. So we also do a lot of those.
Let's focus more on this technology. As for a 2-year-old being so technologically advanced, my mind is blown. I mean, bravo to this little girl. She has her own YouTube channel that already has over 7,000 subscribers. So what content can we expect to catch there during this lockdown period?
Yeah, that was also, it was a very hard decision to make because, people got to, love her so much more than me, and I'm okay with that. Very much, I've made peace with it. And, she's got an Instagram account with like 500,000 followers, and people are just like, we want more of Smahle. So every content that is there is all Smahle, very authentic, very organic, natural, everything that we do on a daily. And it's very exciting and very educational too. I must put that. Yeah.
That's very key. I like the fact that Mama runs her own YouTube channel. She's her own boss. She's her own CEO. She calls the shots. And you are just like, okay, what else can I do for you, little one? So then what kind of content does Smahle upload? I can only imagine the brain of a 2-year-old. What's all post down, Mama?
Listen, as I did mention earlier, Wuti Abantu were the ones who initiated the idea of, opening up a YouTube channel for her. So I also give, people from outside, an opportunity to let us know what they want to see on the channel. So, we every week we just go on Instagram to say, guys, we are ready to shoot a YouTube channel. What ideas do you want to see, or what content you want to see. Then we get ideas from people, we put them on YouTube, and if we are struggling with that content, we go back and say, I know, oh, baby girl, are you interested? You know, this is what we can. So yeah, we also let people, you know, into our lives, you know, to also engage and, you know, find something about relate. So that's that.
That's that on that, point blank. Okay, cool. So this is a collaborative effort. Everyone here has a say. It's democracy. That's quite nice. I like that YouTube channel. Now, moving on to the national lockdown. I mean, this period must be such a stressful time when you're sharing a house with a little one. So how do you take time to take care of yourself, look after yourself during these crazy times? Ay, boss. Dando.
I'm joking, but I mean, you know, it's actually really, really very tough to, you know, find something, we are poor when there's something, because honestly, there's absolutely nothing to do. You know, everything is just limited now. But I'm glad that I'm back to work, so I go back to work and make sure also that I stay safe while at work, because I've got a little one that I have to deal with when I come back home. So it's work and then come back, you know, try to entertain her and do all these things with her. So there's not much I'm doing, you know, to take care of myself, but like, I gunzima.
No, but it's very important. May I please remind you, you finally gotten permission from Afternoon Express. Take care of yourself. Hambokeza siswam. Hamboka. Feed yourself good food. Nurture yourself. We are giving you that permission. Now, finally, I mean, what tips would you give any mother struggling to adjust to the added pressure of this period?
Well, honestly, everyone is dealing with, you know, parenting differently. They do their own things in their own lane, own race. So I wouldn't really say it's an advice, but, you know, just I'd love to ensure, because I already know that they have it in them, you know, patience, you know, be patient with the children. I think that's the most important thing, because if you're impatient, they also become the same, you know. So be patient, keep your head high, and also keep going, you know. It's motherhood is such a really special thing, very precious. You know, every moment is so beautiful and organic. So just be patient with every single day that you spend with your little one. That's all you need, patience.
Patience. Thank you for reminding us, Siswam, that the kids model our behavior, what we do, what we say, how we act. So let's be responsible, let's be patient, and they will follow suit. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
We appreciate you. Bye. It's going to be a while until we see them twinning again on our runways, but at least we still have access to those mommy and daughter goals on Smashl's YouTube page, whilst we wait patiently for this lockdown period to be over.
Win while watching the Tropica Island of Treasure finale this week on Tuesday and the repeat on Saturday with your favorite Tropica in hand. All you have to do is take a picture and post on Twitter with #Tropica or on the Tropica Facebook page. Post a selfie with you watching, or of yourself dressed up supporting your favorite team, or simply just your Tropica bottle to stand a chance of winning your share of data and cash prizes. So go on and get your Tropica, watch the epic finale show, #Tropica, and you could win smooth prizes. while watching the Tropical Island of Treasure finale this week on Tuesday and the repeat on Saturday with your favorite Tropica in hand. All you have to do is take a picture and post on Twitter with #Tropica or on the Tropica Facebook page. Post a selfie with you watching, or of yourself dressed up supporting your favorite team, or simply just your Tropica bottle to stand a chance of winning your share of data and cash prizes. So go on and get your Tropica, watch the epic finale show, #Tropica, and you could win smooth prizes.
In South Africa, over 525,000 small and medium-sized businesses employ close to 6.6 million people, which translates to 11% of the population. And with close to 2 months of the lockdown behind us, a large majority of these business owners were forced to close up shop and face major uncertainty of what the future holds. But with level 3 of the lockdown finally on the horizon, all retail stores will be back in business. But with all the storm, there is always a silver lining to be found. And here to help navigate business owners through these unprecedented times is Andiswa Bata from F&B Business. Welcome to the Loft, Sis Andiswa.
Thank you very much. I look forward to engaging with yourself today.
Andiswa, can you give us a brief overview of the current economic climate small businesses are venturing into from the 1st of June as the country moves from level 4 to level 3 of lockdown, where all businesses will now reopen their doors?
Going into 2020, I think we can all agree it was already quite a challenging environment for businesses in South Africa. We'd heard at the time from Stats SA that the country had entered a recession in the fourth quarter of 2019. There was also a lot of global uncertainty and recessionary pressure on a global scale that led to a bit of currency volatility, amongst other things. Not to mention the impact of load shedding and how we know that that can also interrupt a business's ability to continue operations. Shortly thereafter, we then had the COVID outbreak, which, as you say, have pointed out, has rightfully led to a level of business slowdown as businesses were forced to shut down to contain the outbreak. But what it has done is that it's meant that a lot of businesses haven't been able to earn an income during this time. So as we move from level 4 to level 3, the one thing I do want to remind businesses of is the following. Whilst different recessions are obviously different and have different features, all we have to do is rewind back to the second half of 2008, at the start of the financial crisis, where you will recall the rand had lost 30% of its value against the US dollar, share prices had plunged, oil prices had plunged. South Africa entered a recession in 2009, leading to higher unemployment, pressure on businesses and consumers. And so if there is one thing we can draw upon, is that this country is resilient. And small to medium businesses in this country do tend to bounce back.
So as the economy does reopen and kickstart, small businesses need to start shifting their gears. So what should they be thinking about in order to rebuild their businesses?
One of the things that businesses should be thinking about is reflecting on what's available to them already to help them navigate. We know that the South African Reserve Bank, for example, has reduced the repo rate by a total of 275 basis points since the beginning of 2020, bringing the prime lending rate in South Africa to 7.25%. What does that mean for businesses? It means that for those businesses who have debt obligations that have a variable interest rate, after the business has paid their monthly installments, they now have a little bit extra cash in their back pocket because the interest charged on loans is lower. And that money can now be used to do things like protect employment, reinvest back in the business, or even just boost a cash buffer to allow one to get through the next few months. I think something else that we must also not forget is that COVID has taught us what business expenses a business can live without. It may have been unimaginable a few months ago that one might not need the same amount of office space, one might not need the same amount of air travel costs, but some of the silver linings from the COVID experience are that there are costs we can live without.
So then what can businesses do to survive and thrive going forward?
Apart from the very wide-scale relief measures that have been announced by South African banks and various private partners, as well as by the South African government, I think as one seeks to try and find some support and relief or assistance externally, it's also good for a business to reflect on what they have already done to help themselves, because that also strengthens any application for external assistance. So some of the things a business could seek to do is the cost-cutting reflection, which we mentioned earlier, or to what extent money is trapped in inventory that just hasn't moved into clients' hands, or money that's sitting in invoices that haven't been collected upon, or whether or not one has sufficiently embraced technology for cost-cutting purposes, or even just asking a few questions like whether or not one can buy second-hand or lease as opposed to buying new. I think those are all good operational questions that any business should be asking themselves right now as they seek to survive.
Andy, so your answers are so important. Where can customers go to access information on how they can navigate this current environment?
I would probably direct them mostly to the FNB app, where, particularly for business clients, one can go into the FNB app, click on the COVID-19 icon, and once in that COVID-19 icon, there is a specific tab to click for businesses, and in there is then a whole range of information as well as how to apply for certain relief measures. And in fact, I believe my colleague, Yolandi, will be engaging with yourself in the coming days to talk more about the business toolkit and business talk.
Brilliant. I can't wait for that. And as we're all loading our data so we can go to the FNB app, do you have any closing thoughts to share?
Sure. So I think apart from the fact that I truly believe that businesses in South Africa are resilient and do tend to bounce back, I would really like to issue an encouragement to small to medium businesses that whilst there is obviously the instinct to survive, they should also look at how they can thrive. And what that's going to need is, for one, to shake the fear factor, which, yes, is felt rightfully so because these are unprecedented times. But if you're so paralyzed by the fear of what comes ahead, you may miss the opportunity to reinvent yourself, to repurpose, to shift gears, to offer new products. We've already seen that there's now a far bigger focus on things like local production, given that global supply chains have been impacted by COVID. And perhaps this is the time for fashion designers to seek to rather make masks or protective gear for medical staff. This is perhaps the time for same-day delivery services to thrive. And so I think it's quite important that as much as this is uncharted territory, let's not forget that there are opportunities. And perhaps let's also remind each and every one of us that perhaps this is our Tuma Mina moment to support each other, support local business, use our buying power to help support and keep our local businesses alive. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Sis Andiso, for showing us that there's always a silver lining with FNB.
Thank you.
Bye. If you're a small business owner seeking financial advice or relief for your business, you can visit the FNB website at fnb.co.za or the FNB app.
We can help you learn real business skills without attending workshops and seminars through Fundaba, free to access for anyone via the FNB app. FNB, how can we help you?
The economy has reopened, so we want to find out from all of our business owners, how is it going? It's only day 2, so it's early days, but I truly hope all business owners are thriving. But we have asked on social media, if you want to see a change in the world, what would you like to see? We've got Ulehlo Honolo Oti. I would like to see people taking charge of life and think positively and know that God loves us all, most especially in this difficult time. Hashtag Afternoon Express. Stay safe. It'll pass. Thank you, Pali. All the hearts back to you, Lehlo Honolo. We've got another viewer here, Oti. Hi, Pali, with a huge wave. I would love to see the world united with no crime. And just moving on, it seems like Uluvuyo and Amanda agree. They say here, I personally would love to see a world without racism, inequality, and gender-based abuse. Just living in peace and harmony. And I couldn't agree more with you. Nangu Amanda, who's also like, Luvuyo, I feel you, boy. Oti Amanda, Ntanda, I'd love to see the world as a whole, particularly our South Africa, living in harmony and unison. And I advocate most for unity because if we are united, absolutely nothing we can't overcome as a country. I agree with all of those positive comments. Thank you so much, South Africa, for being the change you want to see. And let's keep the conversation going. Coming up, international curve model Marcia Hopkins calls into the loft to chat about her career in the midst of the ongoing pandemic.
Next time on Tropical Island of Treasure Curacao, the final 2 teams race to claim the grand prize of 1 million rand.
The massive gap that Team Cool Red had amassed has been broken down. Decision?
We are here and we're coming for it.
Still anyone's game.
I'm starting to panic.
My brain is fried.
How badly do you want this?
Plus, all the contestants look back at the adventure of a lifetime. That's tonight at 7:30 only on SABC3. The stage is yours.
Marcia Hopkins is an international curve model, life coach, inspirational speaker, TV presenter, and body positive activist. She was chosen as a top 12 Miss South Africa finalist in 2016 after losing 14 kgs in 4 months to enter the pageant. 4 years later, she embraces her natural body shape and inspires women all over the world to love and accept their bodies. Welcome to the loft, Marcia.
Thank you.
Now, you're an international curve model who was living and working in one of the best cities in the world, New York City, which has unfortunately become an epicenter of COVID-19 in America. So talk us through moving to the city initially and seeing a change right before your eyes.
So I left South Africa in early February. I had to wait to shoot a pilot for a TV show before I could leave. And then I was going to stay in the city for 2 months. It's very short. So with modeling, it's actually ideal to stay in a city for at least 3 months, but I only had 2 months, and then I had to come back to shoot again in South Africa. And then my trip was obviously cut short with a whole month. And I was quite proactive by deciding that I'm going to leave the city and come back to South Africa.
because I have so many work projects in Cape Town, I was scared that I get stuck in the city. And I thought New York was going to go into lockdown first before South Africa. So I left New York on 14 March, which was just in time before it became tricky with international travels. I remember on the Sunday I arrived back, Cyril announced the first closing of borders for South Africa. So I think another week would have been fine, but then I was back in time and it wasn't stressful or too expensive to come back.
You had to come back to SA due to COVID-19, so you've been in isolation way before the rest of SA. How has lockdown been treating you, and what have you been getting up to?
It's been a long time, so for me it's already 2.5 months. And the first 2 weeks were really hard because the rest of South Africa was still out and about and they were not in lockdown and I was isolated at home. The responsible thing to do is to self-isolate. So it was very hard. And then I think when the official lockdown for South Africa was announced, I kind of realized, well, now it's mind over matter. So you can decide to be depressed about it and be sad every day, which is also fine. I think it's fine to have your down moments. But I realized I'm going to have a positive mindset to make the best out of this. So I had my exercise in the morning, and then because I'm so passionate about mental health and being a life coach, having my honors in psychology, I decided to give away 40 pro bono hours of life coaching to people. Yeah, it was a first come, first serve kind of system, and it was wonderful. So I was coaching every day during this lockdown. I only took Sundays off, and it was wonderful. It was for me to add value and have purpose during this time. And then obviously encouraging and uplifting, especially women during this time. Because what I'm passionate about is obviously self-love and body positivity. And that's something that a lot of women really struggle with through this lockdown time.
This pro bono free 40 hours that you've given to women and just people in general in need, how has it been like for them and what's the reception been like?
The positive feedback that I've gotten was honestly overwhelming. All of us have our own challenges and struggles during this time, and just somebody listening to you and not focusing on their own problems and, oh, but they've got it way harder. And I think it was also just okay to validate the challenges that you're going through, because often women feel guilty for just voicing the fact that they're struggling with all of the housework and balancing husband and kids. And they feel guilty because there's other people that's going through way harder things. But it's okay. We are allowed to voice it. We are all grateful. We all sit in gratitude, but it doesn't mean that we're not struggling with things. And just what I'm really passionate about is awareness. Just being aware of toxic thoughts or limiting beliefs that you have about yourself and how you can break through that. And also grow your emotional intelligence, because if you understand yourself better, you are ultimately empowered to take on life and know where your strengths and your weaknesses lie. So that's what I'm really passionate about. And then also helping people to think creatively, especially women that have their own businesses or that work for themselves, freelancers, how to be creative during this time, to think of other options of how to grow and expand their businesses.
How can we practically implement what you teach us on a daily basis in our day-to-day lives?
I think a big dark place during this time was social media, because obviously we have a lot of time and we're on our phones all the time because we also want to be informed, but that leads to us spending a lot of hours on social media, which can lead to a lot of women not feeling good about themselves. Because a lot of them told me, well, I'm not doing lockdown as good as someone else is doing. You know, like she looks like she's got it all together, she's exercising. So unfortunately, we're moving to a space of comparison. So just first of all, managing that. And then also all of the other places where you feed your mind from. So the television you watch, the books you read, the people you voice or video call with, are those positive thoughts and people that you feed your mind with, or is it negative? Because then you must be careful and limit the time you, for example, spend on the phone with someone that's constantly complaining and also making you feel negative. Also, being aware of thoughts. I think often a negative thought comes up for us, and that's fine. But instead of allowing it to run away with you, so waking up today and going, I'm not feeling good about myself, instead of going to very dark places very quickly in terms of not good enough, my body's not good enough, I'm not a good wife, I'm not a good mother, it can really have a snowball effect. Instead of allowing that, to bring it back to going, okay, I'm not feeling good today. How can I practice self-love and self-care from where I am today? Always having the awareness of operating from a place of self-love and not self-critique. Because as women, we are very good with critiquing ourselves, and it doesn't serve you. It's not healthy. It doesn't help you. I always say if negative self-talk helped us to be successful, most women would be highly successful, but it doesn't help us. It literally just drains our energy and it breaks away our self-image. Slowly but surely, we actually deteriorate our own self-image, and that's our responsibility to step in and choose positive and self-loving thoughts about ourselves.
Thank you for that. Thank you so much, Marcia Hopkins, not only for reminding us to take care of ourselves, but also step outside of yourself and give to those in need, because you never know whose day you might brighten up. Thank you so much for being the silver lining in the storm and chaos we find ourselves in. It's that positivity and love we like to celebrate here on Afternoon Express.
Thank you.
Again, on social media, I have to encourage everybody to keep engaging with us. Let's find support within each other and encouragement.
Win while watching the Tropica Island of Treasure finale this week on Tuesday and the repeat on Saturday with your favorite Tropica in hand. All you have to do is take a picture and post on Twitter with #Tropica or on the Tropica Facebook page. Post a selfie with you watching, or of yourself dressed up supporting your favorite team, or simply just your Tropica bottle to stand a chance of winning your share of data and cash prizes. So go on and get your Tropica, watch the epic finale show, #Tropica, and you could win smooth prizes.
We've been following Tropica Island of Treasure Curacao for the last 12 weeks, and tonight is the grand finale of this hit series. Tonight we catch up with all the contestants from this season. We find out which Tropica consumer drives away with the grand prize of a Suzuki Ignis, and of course we see which smooth team reached the treasure first and walks away with a shared 1 million rand. That is Tropica Island of Treasure Curacao tonight at 7:30 p.m. only here on SABC3. You can also win whilst watching your favorite show with your favorite Tropica flavor in hand. All you have to do is take a picture with your Tropica using the #Tropica, tweet it, and you can stand a chance to win a shared prize of data and cash prizes. Media, how you would love to change the world if you could change the world. And I've got such beautiful positivity coming from social media. Let's head over there now. We have Unoma Tamsanga, and she says, to end poverty, there shall be unity in the Black community. #Afternoon Express. And I can see that you are continuing on this #Blackout Tuesday topic. We've got another viewer here on the same tip, Calvin, and he says, to end this racism and xenophobia. Boipelo uti, I would love to see this enemy called COVID-19 ended because it's destroying our world. I know it's a virus that can last for a long time, but when we work together, we can beat it. United we stand, divided we fall. #Afternoon Express. And again, going back to the #Blackout Tuesday, we need everyone to use that hashtag. Everyone put your fists up and let's keep flooding our timelines with full-on black. Because we've got another viewer here, Ulorraine, and Ulorraine says, unity amongst all races. I love that topic, and I think that is something very powerful right now that we're going through globally. Now, if you love mac and cheese and if you love flapjacks and ever pondered what the combination of the two would taste like, then wonder no more. Coming up, our lovely chefs show you this wonderful mac and cheese flapjack recipe.
Clover Fresh Milk is the #1 milk brand in SA. Made with love by Clover.
Welcome back. Thank you for joining us. It's a beautiful Tuesday, Anal.
I know, isn't it, Judge? It's a bit chilly still, but we love it.
It is, and I think these recipes we're making are perfect for it because they keep you nice and warm, and it gives you a chance to do some stuff in the kitchen with the people you love.
What are you making?
Today, we're taking it up a notch. I'm learning a lot from you with all these levels. So today we're making flapjacks, but with a little bit of a twist. We're loading them with mac and cheese.
So you call it flapjacks?
Uh-huh.
I call it crumpets.
Okay.
The American calls it pancakes. And in the Vrystaat, we call it plaat cookies.
And then the pannenkoeken?
I don't know anymore. It's like confusing.
I think after Corona, we should go on a mission to find out what is the right... What exactly is what? What's a flapjack? What's a pancake? What is it?
Yes.
All right, anyway, let me get into this recipe. To start it off, we've got some flour. Today, we're not using self-raising flour. We're going to have a leavening agent, which today is going to be our bicarb. So what I'm going to do with these, actually, before I even start, is I'm going to sift these into our bowl because we want to lighten up the flour. So let's do that.
To get some air inside.
Yes.
Some little bit of air.
So this is a trick. Whenever you're baking stuff that you want nice and fluffy, it's important to sift the flour.
I'm bad with that. I forgot about my sieve. My sieve is back in the cupboard. So I'm going to take it out again. I just gooi these days, you know, out of the packet.
Have you noticed if it makes a difference or not?
To me, I don't know. I haven't seen a big difference. I must say the cakes still come out fluffy, but
Okay.
I know that is the thing that you have to do.
True. Okay. So to get... to add a bit more to this, we've got our flour, dry ingredients here. We're going to go in with our wet ingredients. To start it off, we've got our beautiful clover milk that we're going in with now. This is the base of the flapjacks or pancakes.
Yeah.
We're going in with that. And then to this, we're just going to add some some eggs. And then the rest of our ingredients. To flavor this flapjack, we've got some dried herbs. And if anyone would like to, perhaps you've bought some herbs and now you don't know what to do with them. They're there, they're going off. Dry them. You can just do that in the oven, put them on a tray, put it on 60 degrees.
Exactly.
And then forget it for about 30 minutes to an hour.
And you can add fresh herbs there as well, not just dry herbs. So you've got like fresh herbs. I've got like fresh herbs here today that I'm going to use. So you can put any type of herbs in there. And people must just remember that the dried herbs are stronger than the fresh herbs.
True.
Yeah.
So let me just go in and whisk this for us now. You are making something to go with my dish,
Yes.
as usual.
When you say the word mac and cheese, the first thing that goes off in my head is tomato sauce.
Okay.
Mac and cheese and tomato sauce. I grew up with that.
Really?
So my mommy used to put like a big, like the bottle op die tafel. You know, we were not fancy people. She put the bowl down and the bottle of tomato sauce and that was it. So I still love it. So all I'm going to do now is to make like a homemade type of tomato sauce.
Okay.
So I'm going to start with onion that I'm going to fry a bit till it's like sweet and golden brown to bring out those beautiful sweetness out of it.
Okay.
Let me add some oil in here. There
While
we go.
you do that, I've added some stuff to my wet ingredients. I've got my eggs, I've got my oil, the herbs, salt, and a bit of pepper. So this I'm going to put together here to make our batter.
Perfect. It looks great, Tooms.
Yeah, I think the herbs are going to bring in that extra flavor that we need. Obviously, if you want your batter to be more runny, you're more than welcome to add more liquid.
Yes.
If you want it nice and thick, I like mine a bit thicker.
Yes.
So it's easier to control in the pan. So you just add less liquid.
So on my side, for my sauce, I'm going to add my onions. I'm going to get this frying off. And then people can use tomatoes or tomato paste or a tin of tomatoes, whatever you've got in your cupboard. And that's what I want to show again, whatever you've got in your cupboard. So I found in our fridge a tomato today.
Nice
so
one.
I'm going to
Keeping
use
it fresh.
fresh tomato. And it's good now to use like overripe tomatoes. They are
Yes.
perfect for this. Those that you don't want to use in the salads anymore. So I'm just
nice.
going to add that to my pan. And tomato also sweeten up beautifully when you cook them.
That's very true.
Yeah.
I eat tomatoes raw like an apple. I know it's weird,
know, me
but
as
I
well.
enjoy it. Just a little bit of salt, and that's perfect.
Beautiful. I believe a tomato a day keeps the doctor away, and not an
Really?
apple. Yes.
Nice concept.
But in the olden days, they called a tomato a love apple. Did you know that?
I did not.
No, yeah, now you know something. So this is like a love apple.
my
And I think it's got to
word.
do with the colour, the love, the heart, the colour.
Very true.
Yeah.
So I'm going in with my flapjacks here, my first batch. So we're going to let this cook for a little bit. And then we go in
for ages.
And then we go in with a bit of mac and cheese. We don't want a lot. We want to load it up, yes, but not too much. We want to still enjoy the actual flapjack itself. And then a bit more cheese to this. I know the mac and cheese already has cheese, but hey.
Yeah.
Extra cheese ain't never hurt nobody.
What I like is that I thought you're going to mix the macaroni through your batter, so you actually put it on top.
On top, but I'm also going to put another layer on top of
another
the batter.
layer?
Yes, because we want them to be sandwiched inside.
Oh, wow.
So when you bite into your flapjack, your pancake, it's all cheesy and gooey.
I'm going to add a bit of tomato sauce to my tomato.
While you do that, anyone that's interested in making these, you're more than welcome to go onto the website, get this recipe and many others, because you know we've got you sorted during this lockdown. Anything you need, we got you.
So I've added some chili. I like it hot. So I always add some chili. And now people need to be creative. You can add anything you like in here. So do you like basil or parsley the most?
I like basil.
Okay, so I'm going to take a bit of basil here and I'm going to chop this up because I'm making this for you to take home tonight.
This is going to go so well with flapjack.
I know.
How did I not know this before? Tomato relish and the flapjacks. That's like a perfect combo.
Yes. So I've got a bit of basil in here and then always a bit of garlic if you've got garlic in your home. And as I said, you actually add what you like in here. If you like garlic, if you like oregano, if you like rosemary, just add it in here. So I'm just going to chop this up. What I also like to do with garlic, instead of chopping it up, is just use a grater.
I prefer that, actually.
I mean,
to be honest, I prefer grater because it's quicker, it gets the job done, and it's also because of those juices it just releases them much easier.
And the garlic tastes stronger for me.
True.
Because it's so expensive already. We want all the flavour out of it.
I want to taste my garlic.
Tooms, look at this. Can you smell it? Oh.
I don't know if I'll be able to manage like this evening. I've been trying to go on a diet, guys. But Anel is not making me, is not allowing me to win.
No, woman, you are perfect as is. You are perfect. You're the queen of the kitchen.
Oh, that's so sweet.
We must have something around our bodies a bit.
Yeah,
we can't be too skinny. They say never trust a skinny cook, Tooms.
That is true. That is very true. And thank you for that. I'm going to go home and enjoy these beautiful flapjacks with that delicious tomato relish that looks so good. The red and the green just go so well together. It's a perfect combo right now. So I'm going to go in with a couple more of these flapjacks.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm going to have some of your what's that?
Relish.
No, the parsley. I think I'm going to add a bit of that.
Do you want some of my parsley? I'm going to add a bit of water in here because it's, do you want a bit of this?
Yeah, let me get that. And then chop some onto, oh my gosh, this is going to be so delicious. So anyway, I'm going to go in with another batch of my flapjacks over here. So you're talking about the tomato relish, and it made me think about sun-dried tomatoes. And the one thing I actually do enjoy sun-dried tomatoes. Do you think that would work in this recipe as well?
Yes, chopped up. Tomato's got such a beautiful, intense flavour. So you can use like the fresh tomato, you can use a tin tomato, you can use puree, you've got the sauce. And the sun-dried tomatoes, you buy it in that oil. If you chop it up, it's going to just be a much richer, beautiful, creamy tomato flavour that you're going to get. So inside, now the thing is with people, they must always taste their food. This is nearly done. How long did this take? Our whole meal.
Are you for real?
Yeah. So I'm going to taste now. So. Oh, that's hot. I am heating this kitchen up, queen. I am heating it up.
And you know this meal would go perfectly with just a glass of milk.
What about a glass of wine? What's going on with you, woman? Gosh.
All right.
Okay, here it is. Now, I'm going to taste this, and I'm going to tell you, tomato always needs a bit of sugar.
I agree with you there.
A pinch of sugar, and let me tell you, this is perfect.
Palisa, you're going to enjoy this. This looks so delicious with these flapjacks.
It's hot.
Clover Fresh Milk is the #1 milk brand in SA. Made with love by Clover.
Voila.
This looks so delicious. Thank you so much, Tumi. Thank you so much, Anele.
You're welcome, darling.
You're always hooking me up, girlfriend.
Don't you want some of my chutney? Can I bring you a bit of this?
I'm
gonna bring you a bit of this. How can you not have a bit of my chutney?
Whilst Anele puts the finishing touch of that relish, I want to find out from everyone at home, how do you love to enjoy your flapjacks? Here, we're having them savory, but if you've got a sweet tooth, we want to find out from you, how do you love your magnifique flapjacks? Thank you, girl. Thank you, Anele.
Enjoy.
Cheers to us.
It's hot, ladies.
Another topic that we're discussing on social media, Dumi, is the hashtag Blackout Tuesday. Thank you so much to everyone who's engaged with us. Let us know the importance of standing together as a country, as a world right now, because we definitely need it. We need the love. We need the encouragement. Thank you, Dumi. Thank you, Chef Anele, for holding us down in the kitchen. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, cheers on that note.
Cheers,
Dish up
darling.
in the meantime. Join us tomorrow, South Africa, as we focus on holistic wellness. We'll be chatting with our regular mental health experts, Dr. Kanyile, as well as learning about the benefits of exercise for energy and the importance of immune support this winter. Until then, good night, stay safe, and happy eating, South Africa. Cheers.
Good night.
Afternoon Express, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.